Well, no classic ball racers in my box of scrap bits from a printer, but the plastic that the cogs are made of seems to be fairly low friction. I'm just trying one on there. It's a little bit thick if I just keep the existing mount. It needs about 2mm shaving off it, but I do have another cog I just put into the vise over there with a smaller hole in it, if that focuses. Is it focusing? So if I drill that out to 8mm, it should go over there, and hopefully that would be... I'm going to have to turn the camera off and mount it properly. Well, anyway, we'll drill the hole out and see how that goes on there. So I didn't find any classic bearings, but this is a cog, possibly a material similar to nylon. It's quite hard. It's about the right height to provide a larger bearing surface for the bogie. What I now need to do is see if I can manage to drive a longer screw down into this cast bit of metal here, so that we get more threads binding, and that will mean that the bogie should be held on better. Let's see if that will go in. Well, this is my bogie on the front of the IP Engineering Railbus, and you can see a cog salvaged from an old printer there. It's a similar cog to that one that I messed up. Just providing a bearing, increasing the surface area there. It's rotating freely enough. A longer screw, though, I think is what has improved it significantly. I've got a screw which goes well down now, well into the casting, so that's much more solid, and I'm feeling confident that that is an improved setup. The next stage, which I'll probably add on to the end of this video, is to show you my reinforcing of that spreader bar, which they recommend. Now, the final bit associated with the front bogie is reinforcing the spreader bar. The manufacturer supplied some brass rod and recommended gluing that alongside. Well, the shape of it wasn't conducive to just gluing it straight alongside. But I did a little experiment. I took some coffee stirrers, wooden coffee stirrers, held them edgeways up and tried to bend them. I tried bending the brass rod, and I've also successfully bent whatever this material is, this die-cast material that this is made out of. And the strongest material are the coffee stirrers, hardest to bend. So I've used those and then flooded the channel in between there with araldite. So what you've got is largely an araldite reinforcement and coffee stirrer reinforcement to strengthen that spreader in the middle of the bogie. Time will tell whether my modification or change to the specification is going to be as good as or even better than the recommended, but I am much happier about having the larger supporting area underneath, and these old nylon gears out of scrap printers seem to do that job quite well. Right, next stage.